So today's book is Jack Vance's Trullion, Alastor 2262. This is a book that has a sentimental value to me because my father bought it from a car boot sale when I was in my mid-teens. I read it then, haven't read it since. I do remember I enjoyed it. It was a bit weird and off-kilter, but in a good way. And it's kind of a sci-fi that's based around a planet that's mainly water that people play a game. Kind of, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy X, kind of blitzball type game, or if you've seen the Rutger Hauer film Salute to the Jugger, that kind of thing. Two very obscure references there, but never mind. So I also love any book that has a map at the beginning. It's lovely to read through and go, oh, that's where that is. So without further ado, first 2 pages. Right. Out towards the rim of the galaxy hangs Alastor Cluster, a whirl of 30,000 live stars in an irregular volume 20 to 30 light years in diameter. The surrounding region is dark and, except for a few hermit stars, unoccupied. To the exterior view, Alastor presents a flamboyant display of star streams, luminous webs, sparkling nodes. Dust clouds hang across the brightness. The engulfed stars glow russet, rose, or smoky amber. Dark stars wander unseen among a million subplanetary oddments of iron, slag, and ice, the so-called starments. Scattered about the cluster are 3,000 inhabited planets with a human population of approximately 5 trillion persons. The worlds are diverse, the populations equally so. Nevertheless, they share a common language and all submit to the authority of the Canactic at Lutz, on the world Nemunes. The current Canactic is Oman Ursht, 16th in the Iodite succession, a man of ordinary and undistinguished appearance. In portraits and in public occasions, he wears a severe black uniform with a black casque in order to project an image of inflexible authority, and this is how he is known to the folks of Alastor Cluster. In private, Oman Ursht is a calm and reasonable man who tends to under rather than over administrate. He ponders all aspects of his conduct, knowing well that a slightest act, a gesture, a word, a symbolic nuance might start off an avalanche of unpredictable consequences. Hence his effort to create the image of a man rigid, terse, and unemotional. To the casual observer, Alastor Cluster is a system placid and peaceful. The Canactic knows differently. He recognizes that wherever human beings strive for advantage, disequilibrium exists. Lacking easement, the social fabric becomes taut and sometimes rips asunder. Canactic conceives his function to be the identification and relief of social stresses. Sometimes he ameliorates. Sometimes he employs tactics of distraction. When harshness becomes unavoidable, he deploys his military agency, the Whelm. Oman Ursht winces to see an insect injured. The Canactic, without compunction, orders 1,000,000 persons to their doom. In many cases, believing that each condition generates its own counter-condition, he stands aloof, fearing to introduce a confusing third factor. When in doubt, do nothing. This is one of the Canactic's favorite credos. After an ancient tradition, he roams anonymously about the cluster. Occasionally, in order to remedy an injustice, he represents himself as an unimportant official. Often he rewards kindness and self-sacrifice. He is fascinated by the ordinary lives of his subjects and listens attentively to such dialogues as, old man to a lazy youth. If everyone had what they wanted, no one would work. Nobody. Youth. Not I. Depend upon it. Old man. And you be the first to cry out in anguish, for it's work that keeps the lights on. Get on with it now. Put your shoulder into it. I can't bear sloth. Youth. Grumbling. If I were Canactic, I'd arrange that everyone had their wishes. No toil, free seats at the Hussaid game, a fine space yacht, new clothes every day, servants to lay forth delectable foods. Old man. The Canactic would have to be a genius to satisfy both you and the servants. They'd only live to box your ears. Now get on with your work. Or again, young man, never go near Lutz, I beseech you. The Canactic would take you for his own. So that is the first 2 pages of Jack Vance's Trullion, Alastor 2262. I think I'm going to have to put it back on my reading list. It's a lovely old book. It's quite fragile now, so I have to be very careful reading it. But yes, sentimental value to me. I remember enjoying it as a teen. Whether I still enjoy it now, I've no idea. But there we go. Another book tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, excellent. Stay safe, stay home, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.